Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm Gertrude Chapman, inspirational book coach and creator of the Aspiring Authors Lab. And I'd just like to welcome you today. Thank you for joining me. And in the Aspiring Authors Lab is where I teach aspiring authors who are struggling with self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-worth issues, how to cut through the clutter, leverage their knowledge, stop procrastinating, and create an income. And today I'm going to be talking about making your book dreams come true. Making those dreams come true for you writing your book. Now, you just can't sit back and, wish and hope, but you have to plan and be fully engaged working toward your dreams and writing the vision and making it plain. You write out your thoughts and you detail about it. Thank you for joining me today. And it's different when you have thoughts, in your head and you're trying to, get those down on paper. And when you do that, sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but you have to make sure that you are detailed in the intentions that you plan on doing. Make sure that your intentions are precisely, the way that you're thinking about, um, that vision that's in your heart. Okay. And when you do that, you create a plan with achievable milestones. And that's very important because that you avoid being discouraged when you have achievable milestones. You just don't wait to the end, but in between. Thank you for joining me today. You have achievable milestones. And when you also, desiring to write your book and you write down your vision and everything, don't forget to do a profit plan. Okay? Do a profit plan. That's very, very important. Thank you for joining me today. Say if, for instance, if you want to desire to make $60,000 a year, okay? Well, you would take 60,000, you would divide that by 12 months. So thank you for joining me today. So that's $5,000 per month. And then you would take that book, say, for instance, that book is $10. Okay, we're just going to make it easy. Say $10. Well, you see that you have to, thank you for joining me today. You would have to sell 500 copies of that book, okay, in order to reach your goal. So, when you write down your vision and you do it in detail and you plan, the part of your vision, you just plan it how you're going to reach each milestone. And then you also plan to have a profit plan. Plan that, because this is something, thank you for joining me today, that will keep you motivated along the way. And it's not impossible, because with the internet and being intentional and the motivation and the drive that you have, it's a win-win situation, okay, all the way around. So, but I want you to keep in mind that, you celebrate your milestones, because that is essential. Celebrate your milestones, make it exquisite, make it, something that, you're proud of, go all out in detail with it, just do whatever's in your heart. It doesn't have to be expensive, but make it exquisite, okay? Make it exquisite, because these are all motivating factors that, you should have. And during the process of writing your book, also have an attitude of gratitude, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. You must not only be grateful for your progress, but also be energetic and expect wonderful things to come your way. Okay? Wonderful things. Now, for instance, the more you open yourself up to receive, the more you will get in return. And I find that to be so true. Okay? Because when you open yourself up to receive, and you're expecting those good things to happen, it will. It will. You desire to be that published author. And, Just picture yourself with people who are already lined up. They're ready and waiting to purchase your book when it hits the marketplace. So what happened? You live as if it's already happened. Okay? It's a shift in your mindset. Okay? We're talking about shifting the mindset. Always have that attitude of expectancy, because this is where many people falter when they're trying to make their dreams come true. What happens is, at the same time they're trying to make their dreams come true, they have a mindset of doubt and unbelief. So that's why I say, have that mindset. Thank you for joining me today, of gratitude. Have that mindset of openness to receive. Have that mindset that you have already obtained. Now, this is for my aspiring authors who are struggling with self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-worth issues. You must decide, okay? This is something that you have to do, that you are sick and tired of receiving the same results year after year. Nobody could help you except yourself, okay? In this situation, you have to decide that I want to change. You can't blame anyone else, because a lot of times what happens, people create their own outcomes with the thoughts in their mind. That's why you can't have doubt there. You can't have unbelief. You have to believe that you will receive. You have to believe that you are that author, that published author. You have to believe that if you say that you're going to make $60,000 from your book this year, that you will reach that goal. Okay? You will reach that goal. You have to believe it. Thinking, that you will never achieve your dreams of being successful as a published author, that will cause everything just to falter. It's all about the thoughts. What are you thinking in your mind? So anytime that you have those doubts and unbelief, thank you for joining me today. Go back to your vision, stick to your vision and the plan of you writing your book. Whenever you get discouraged, go back to the vision and go back to your plan to get back on track. You may have to adjust things a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Because when you're writing your vision, you're writing your plans, they have to be adjusted, because time goes on, things progress, things change, okay? So don't even get discouraged in that. I have to go back and adjust my plans. Don't get discouraged in that, because that's just the way of life, okay? But always stick with the core. Stick with the core, what you want. If you don't, and again, if you don't know how to get started with your book, that's where I come in. Okay, I come in with the blue plan for you to follow, and this is very important, because this blueprint has netted me thousands of dollars, from writing my book. The blueprint is, it contains all the essential parts of writing a book. Now, readers are expecting a book that answers the questions that they are asking. But unfortunately, there are some books out there that are not worth your time reading. They're not worth your time reading. And, many of times I have looked for things and I needed an answer to something. And I went to this book and it really didn't tell me anything. It was full of fluff, and you'll find that out there. And that's why I always tell my students, make sure that you write a book that's, your audience is asking, they're asking the question, they're trying to find the answers, because it's very frustrating when you out there looking for an answer and you come across a book that's full of fluff. It's not saying anything, And I'm going to tell you, many times, my students, they get hung up in the details with the mindset. And that's why I like to include these segments, because, mindset has a lot to do with you, trying to make your dreams come true as a published author. So to get you ready to write your book. You have to believe in yourself. You have to, believe that your dreams will come true. You know, um, my students, again, they produce books of value. And getting back to what I was saying before, you often may hear me saying, a book is much more than writing a bunch of words and putting those words, between two covers and calling it a book. Because, like I said, there's junk out there, you know, there's junk out there. So make sure that, when you decide to write your book, your mindset is, in order with what you planned on doing. That's why the vision and the profit plan and all that comes into play. Also, the belief. Also, write a book that has value in it. Don't, just write a book, like I said, with a lot of fluff, because it's very, very, very frustrating for a reader to pick up a book and it contains fluff or the message is all over the place. It's describing nothing. It's just writing. And I also often say that it's just running off with words, but not making a bit of sense. Running off with words, not making a bit of sense. And unfortunately, this happens to people who try to write their book for the first time. Back when I was editing books, I will come across many of the books with writing all over the place. I'm telling you, writing all over the place. It just didn't make any sense, and it was very confusing. It was very, very confusing. But you don't know what you don't know. And I understand that. And so in the Aspiring Authors Lab, I teach my students the proper blueprint for writing their books and the keys to make, their books more marketable. Because you have to, this is your book. You want your message to reach your audience, to get your message across so they'll, be educated on whatever subject that you're an expert in. That's another thing about being an expert. You can't, wait till you write your book to be an expert. You already have to be an expert in that area. You already have to be an expert in that area. And expertise has nothing to do with, you're not being a person that works outside of the home. I like to tell this to homemakers. You could be an expert in your field right there in the home. You don't have to work outside of the home. So let us just straighten that up right there, okay? But today is dedicated to making your book dreams come true. So if you need help writing your book, go to bit.ly/I need help writing my book and schedule a free 10-minute conversation with me. Okay? A free 10-minute conversation. And again, that's bit.ly/I need help writing my book. So I hope that what I have shared has added value to you. And I thank you for even sharing this video with people that that they desire to write a book, or, they was thinking about it. Share this video with them. You don't know, who may be in that place where they're going through confusion and just don't know where to start, and they have been procrastinating, and that's the reason why they procrastinated. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining me today. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, Inspirational Book Coach. And remember, this is your time, this is your season, this is your turning point. So have a great rest of the day.